Alright, so C.Viper Oki guide. I'm going to break this up into like regular Oki and then like the super sweaty Oki. It's a little bit harder to do. Anyways, yeah, what's up guys? So I'm going to be doing a C.Viper Oki guide. I'm going to break this up into regular Oki for like normal people and then like the super sweat Oki. That's going to be a little bit harder. Now, even if you don't play C.Viper, this is going to be really important because if you know what she wants to go for on knockdown, you'll know how to fight her too and what to look for when she's pressuring you. So even if you're not a C.Viper main, I think this is going to be really helpful. Let's start. Let's go mid-screen. The most common thing she's going to do, 1, 2, 3. She's plus 25 here. Generally, all you're going to do is you're going to forward dash and you're going to be plus 4. There, plus 4. Dash forward and you get immediate auto-timed throw. So if your opponent decides to wake up with like a 4-frame button, like a crouching light punch, that'll beat them. You get this, then you can just pressure them with like a meaty seismo when they get up off the ground. That's the first thing you can do. The next thing you can do, because you're plus 4, you can dash forward and you can get a trade standing medium punch that'll leave you plus 7. Which means you can always link into a crouching medium punch into something after that, which is usually pretty good. If you don't want to trade and you just want to like take your frames, crouching medium punch is going to be really good. This also leaves you plus 7 and it doesn't trade. Now if they don't push a button and you do this and they block, you're -2, you're outside of throw range, so your turn essentially ends. Meanwhile, if you do this and they don't push a button, you're 1 in throw range, so your turn doesn't end. So it really comes down to, do you want to trade or do you just want to like not trade and just do instant pressure? And you can even do medium, crouching medium kick, and this is going to be the best one that you want to go for if you think your opponent's going to push buttons, because you're plus 10 on this. There we go. So you sacrifice a little tiny bit of health there, but you can link on trade into crouching hard punch because you're plus 10. That's her best combo starter, so it's actually really good. The other really important thing about this is, I think it's really good to mix between dash standing medium punch and dash crouching medium kick, because one of the strengths of this character is because she has a good standing medium punch and a good crouching medium kick, your opponent can't just do wake up parry one way. So if they want to try to block your low, they have to wake up with a parry, like a down back parry. But if you do standing medium punch, they won't get the perfect parry, and then vice versa. If they think you're going to do standing medium punch and they do back parry, but you do for the crouching, but you go for crouching medium kick, then they'll be able to get a regular parry, but they won't get a perfect parry. So you got to kind of mix it up. You got to mix up your highs and your lows and your mids kind of thing. And then, of course, if you think they're going to parry, then you just throw and you get the punish counter on the parry, which is really good. So that's your basic mid-screen pressure off of this. Basically, you just dash. Now, if you want to be really sweaty with it, you can also kind of like walk up. But it's like really hard. Not that hard, but it's a little bit tricky to just walk up and get a throw here. And it's even trickier to kind of like get your meaty timing. So if you want to go for the sweaty set play, you can just hold forward and try to time like a manual time throw here. And the nice thing about this is, if you do this, you can shimmy them if they wake up with a throw. You can shimmy there. But if you dash forward, you're not going to be able to shimmy. Now I'm going to show you the really sweaty set play off of this. If you get a spaced out standing light kick and you do this, see how it says plus 26? Let me turn off the wake up throw. Plus 26. Normally, if you do 2 lights or like 3 lights up close, you'll be plus 25. But if you get 26, then you can do a shimmy for immediate throw. So if you get 4 lights, 1, 2, 3, and you dash forward, you're going to be plus 5 instead of plus 4, which basically means you can always shimmy an immediate throw. There you go. You can shimmy that. Alright, the next thing she's going to be doing mid-screen is medium starters. So her most common medium combo tool is going to be crouching medium punch. And from crouching medium punch, she's either going to be doing this, quarter circle forward light kick into the follow-up, or she'll do quarter circle back light kick into the follow-up. Now these two are like different things. They're used for different reasons, and they have different strengths. So if you want to get damage and just like good, easy Oki, then just do quarter circle forward light kick into the punch follow-up. That's going to leave you plus 23. Here you can dash forward, you're plus 2, right? So plus 2, you can't get a meaty standing medium punch anymore if they're pushing buttons. So you'll lose because that's an 8 frame, but you can do dash forward crouching medium punch. Again, if this trades plus 10, really good for you, because you can link on trade into crouching hard punch. That's really, really strong. Or, you know, dash forward throw. But if they wake up with an immediate throw, again here after this forward dash, you can't shimmy them because you're only plus 2. If you want to be really, really sneaky with it, you can do like a burn kick. This will avoid throw, or you can just backdash for the punish. for an easy combo like that. Now, the more sweaty option you can do off of this is you can just like hold forward and time a meaty throw. So instead of dashing forward and being only +2, you can just hold forward, kind of like Cammy after a medium kick spiral, arrow mid-screen, get this throw. This is meaty, and if you want to shimmy them here, you can shimmy. If you want to go for a meaty standing medium punch, you can go for a meaty standing medium punch. So let's turn on this immediate throw. And then you can get this. Spacing's a little tricky. You can go for something like that. Or if you think they're going to shimmy, you just walk forward, you stop, and you can punish them that way. Crouching medium punch for the shimmy, or this, whatever you prefer. So that's really strong with that. That's the more sweaty one because there's going to be some variation there. You could mess up your timing, but if you want to get that going, remember after this, all you got to do is just hold forward and you can get a meaty throw. All right, that was the quarter circle forward light kick, 2 punches ender. Let's go for the other ender mid-screen, which is quarter circle back, light kick into 2 punches. So what you can do with this one, this is more for corner carries. Like, let's say you're mid-screen and you get something like this. Damage is really high, 2,140, but you don't get that much corner carry. Meanwhile, if you go for this, you get much more corner carry, but the damage is a little bit lower. So that's kind of how you got to balance those 2 options. The nice thing about this, though, is you get meaty drive rush pressure. So it depends also how much bar you want to spend. So let me show you what you can do off of this, okay? So let's say you land... If you just drive rush and go for a throw and they wake up with like a 4-frame normal here, it's manually timed, but you can get a meaty throw, which means you can also get a meaty standing medium punch, which is +12 on counter hit, which is a lot, which means you can always combo into crouching hard punch on confirm. So that's really good. You can change up their blocking by going for a crouching medium kick. If you get counter hit, it's going to be +11 if you time this right. Again, you can combo into crouching hard punch, but generally, just to be safe, in case you don't get it, you can always just do standing light kick. So that's really strong. And then the other one, this is the super sweaty mix. Here's what you can do. Check this out. This is the super sweaty setup. You do an immediate dash, immediate drive rush, immediate crouching light kick. That's going to put you +4, and it's a low. So that's a meaty throw if they decide on block to mash like a 4-frame. This beats 4-frame. And you can frame trap them with crouching light punch. Crouching medium punch. Or you can go... You can go for the trade. That'll put you +7. You're in range for this. And you can do this, and if they're in the corner, you know the drill. So that's the really sweaty one. Then I'm going to show you some other follow-ups you can do here. The nice thing about this drive rush one is if you just hold down back, you're in like auto shimmy spacing. So if they decide to wake up with a throw, even if it's a delayed throw, you hold down back, they whiff, you can whiff punish that on reaction, and then if they wake up with a Shoryuken, you can block that on reaction, go for your best punish afterwards. I'm not going to do combos because, you know, you can just watch a combo video for the best combos. This is just strictly Oki. Then for the super sweaty one, the dash forward, unfortunately this one will always lose to reversals. So if your opponent has like a meterless reversal, like a DP here, like McDonald's Ryu, you might not want to go for that option. But if they're in burnout or something, they don't have super, this is actually pretty strong. Or if you're fighting a character that doesn't have a doesn't have like enough super meter and they don't have a meterless reversal, that's also a really good option. Get your +4 there. Yeah, also with this, if you do a forward dash and you just hold forward, you get Oki pressure after this. So let's go wake up, crouching light punch. So let's say you land this. Forward dash, hold forward, you get meaty throw. But again, this is a little bit sweaty because you're going to have to do some manual timing. So I kind of messed it up there. But it works. So you have to practice this. But again, slightly sweaty option. So that's what you want to do after that. So generally speaking, this is if you want easy Oki and good damage. And this is if you want a little bit harder to do Oki, but better corner carry at the expense of slightly less damage. Alright. Then mid-screen. Alright, we got a couple of options. So generally mid-screen after heavies. So your main combo starter after heavies is going to be this into Seismo. Alright, so I'm going to show you the regular mid-screen Oki and then the sweaty mid-screen Oki. So the regular one is going to be super jump cancel into heavy burn kicks or super jump cancel jumping medium punch into medium kick, burn kick. Now, this one, let me show you this. This is plus 45 if you do this perfectly and you don't mess up the timing. Now, the reason why this is really good is because if you guys play Street Fighter and you've watched my videos, you know plus 42 is generally like your safe jump timing. So like this leaves you plus 42. So if you do this in the corner and they decide to wake up with a DP, you can safe jump them. Now, Viper actually has 2 safe jump timing frames. Plus 42 if you do a regular jump, and then plus 45 if you do a super jump. So check this out. Whoops. That'll leave me plus 45. So we go like this. That's a safe jump with her super jump. Now, of course, this is going to cost you a bar for the super jump, but you get a safe jump here. So if he doesn't do a Shoryuken, this will hit meaty. That's a safe jump there. Then you can be a little bit creative with it too, because you're plus 45. If you just walk forward a little bit, you get like a fake cross up here. Like that. And it's really hard for your opponent to actually be able to see that you went for the cross up instead of the safe jump. And as long as you're actually timing this correctly, you can make sure you can go in the other direction. So it keeps you safe. Now, if they don't recover backwards, this one kind of doesn't work so well, because you kind of fly over them. So this plus 45 setup after this Seismo jumping medium punch, medium kick, air burn kick only really works against this. But, I mean, you're going to whiff, but if they're just mashing DP, you're going to go over them. But, I mean, this is kind of a guess between you and your opponent. It's not the main thing you want to go for, just something I kind of wanted to list just because some people don't know about it. But if your opponent's always back-decking, you can do that. Or if you knock them down in the corner, you get this option. You get a safe jump off of that. But this isn't going to be your main bread and butter. Your main bread and butter from crouching hard punch Seismo is going to be this. All right, that's your main combo starter. That leaves you plus 27. Let's take a look at your options here. So, here if you forward dash, you're plus 6. Whether you're in the corner or mid-screen, whether they get up in place, whether they backed up, whether they back tech or not, you're always going to be plus 6. Really good. But you have to be careful, because you're plus 6, you can't go for an immediate throw because you have too many plus frames. See how my throw whiffed there? So when you're going for this setup, you have to remember you have to delay your throw just a little tiny bit, otherwise it's going to whiff. Then, your other options, because you're plus 6, this means now you get a meaty standing medium punch or meaty crouching medium kick. So you have to make them guess between stand parry or crouch parry. This will leave you plus 1 in throw range. All right. This will leave you minus 1 outside of throw range, but they're both safe enders. Then if your opponent decides to not block for whatever reason, this will leave you plus 6, so you just confirm into that. Or if you want to get the corner carry, and then like I taught you before, you can continue your pressure this way. Then, if your opponent decides to wake up with a throw, you still can't shimmy this against immediate throw. You can shimmy a delayed throw, but even though you're plus 6, still not enough frames. But if they're dumb enough to push something really quick, you'll be plus 8. You can get this on counter hit, which is pretty nice. Just squeeze out some extra damage there. Oh, that's pretty expensive overall. That's almost 6 bars of drive, so you might not want to go for that, but we're getting into combo territory here. But yeah, just remember, you can't really shimmy here, but if you do think they're going to push a button or wake up with an immediate throw, you push standing medium punch, you're good to go. Or, of course, crouching medium kick. That's going to lead me to my next thing. I said I was going to do like the normal Oki and then the sweaty person Oki. If you're ever pressuring with standing medium punch, I'm going to say don't worry about hit confirming regular hit versus counter hit, all right? Because standing medium punch on regular hit is always going to be at least plus 6, which means you can always just do an easy follow-up into crouching medium punch from there. I think it's really hard for newer players or people who aren't like super good at fighting games to be able to actually like hit confirm this counter hit standing medium punch and then go for like another standing medium punch into this. Just do this into this, you're going to leave a little bit of damage on the table, but if you don't want to be like hyper like focused on counter hits or regular hits, just do standing medium punch, crouching medium punch. Same kind of idea for crouching medium kick. On regular hit, crouching medium kick is always +5. So just do standing light kick or crouching light punch into quarter circle back hard punch. But if you want to be really sweaty with it, on counter hit, this is +7, which means you can combo into crouching medium punch. If you're like super on top of the counter hit confirms, that's 2,310 damage versus 1,770. So you get like, what, 3, 5, 6, 7. You get like 700 damage more, 800 damage more for having that confirm, which is good if you can do it, but it might mess you up in a match. So just, you know, if you don't want to be super sweaty about it, just always do standing light kick after crouching medium kick and always do crouching medium punch after standing medium punch. Then the sweaty mix-up is going to be this. This is the sweaty person knockdown. This is much better, but it's also quite a bit harder. So this, you have to get this combo, you have to do your medium air burn kick as low to the ground as possible. And I'm pretty sure this is a 1-frame link. Into quarter circle back, medium punch, punch follow-up. This is much better if you can do it versus the regular heavy kick burn kick option. So this one. Because this leaves you +27. Meanwhile, this one leaves you +30. So if you forward dash, you're +9. And +9 is C.Viper's best knockdown frame. This gives her best options on knockdown. So after this, you get meaty standing medium punch, and you can even shimmy immediate throws after this. And you're in throw range when you finish, right? So this is really good. If you just take a little tiny step back, you get this, it's really great. So if you can get this, fantastic. Then your basic options here. After this, dash forward, +9, you get a meaty standing medium punch, or again, meaty crouching medium kick, but your frames change. So check this out. Normally you'd be +1, here you're +3. So if you want to frame trap them after this, you can just do another crouching medium punch after that because you're +3 after this. You're not +1 anymore. This will frame trap them. Or if you think they're going to just block, you can take a step forward and throw. If you go for crouching medium kick, you're going to be +1 instead of -1. And then you're still in jab range. So again, if you think they're going to push buttons after this, you can go for a jab, or you can just walk forward and try to go for a throw. Anyways, that's your basic Oki mid-screen. Now let's go to the corner. Stuff changes in the corner. Now, stuff changes in the corner, especially because you don't need to spend the extra drive to get the knockdowns. Because mid-screen, if you don't go for the knockdown, you totally lose all your Oki if they back tech. Like, there's nothing you can really do here, right? You're 0 on block, so you have to kind of spend the meter in the meter mid-screen to get good Oki. In the corner, you don't. So you have a bit more leeway and more options as to what you want to do with this character in the corner. So again, let's start with lights. Your most common light ender, quarter circle back hard punch. You have quite a few options after this. So first thing you can do is whiff standing light punch. It's going to leave you +7. Now, whether you whiff standing light punch or crouching light punch doesn't matter. They both leave you +7. All right, and just to be thorough here, you can't shimmy against wake up throw, which is a common theme with this character. Usually she can't really shimmy after wake up throws, immediate wake up throws, only delayed throws. So it makes her a little bit tricky to play, I think. Anyways, that's the idea. You get a meaty standing medium punch or a meaty crouching medium kick. They both work. Next, let's take a look at the actual follow-up. All right, here, +25, you get the exact same setup mid-screen if you want to keep things simple. You can dash forward to be +4. Let me show you the frames there. Dash forward to be +4, which means you get the meaty trade standing medium punch or counter hit, frame trap, crouching medium punch, that kind of stuff. You can do that. Then you can also do this. You get a little bit of better Oki options in the corner because now we don't have to forward dash anymore. What we can do, one of the best setups she has is whiff crouching light kick after this. This will leave you plus 10, which is actually really, really good for her. So let's see what happens if she's plus 10. This is super strong. With crouching light kick into an immediate standing medium punch, this leaves you plus 4 on block, and it doesn't look like it, but you're actually just inside your throw range. So let's say on block they decide to push a light punch. Whoops. What? There we go. You get a frame trap throw in that situation because you're so plus. So be careful. Don't autopilot into this because it's going to whiff. Have to go for this ender. Let's go to our next main ender in the corner. Throw. What to do after throw. Throw is really easy. The easy setup is to forward dash. That'll leave you plus 7. You know, you can do meaty standing medium punch, meaty crouching medium kick. That'll beat immediate buttons. Or you can do dash up, wait a second, throw. But again, remember, if they wake up with normal throw and you dash forward, you can't walk back to beat throw. But all you have to do here, this is the slightly sweatier version. I'm going to call it slightly sweaty, not really sweaty, just slightly sweaty, because all you have to do is just hold forward and you get a throw loop. This is really easy to time. Yeah, this is easy to time. And then with this option, of course, if they decide to wake up with either DP or throw, you can just hold down back before you get into throw range, and you can like neutral shimmy them there. All right, that leads us to our next thing. What happens if you end up getting this in the corner? Now, this is pretty weak, especially mid-screen. You don't really get any Oki here. But because they're in the corner, give me plus 18 here. Don't dash, because if you dash, you're going to be minus. Please don't do that. If you dash after this, you deserve to eat like a wake-up jab. You can just do whiff, crouching light punch, or standing light punch. You're going to be plus 4. You know, you can meaty them with crouching medium punch. You can go for a trade here. You can go for meaty throw. So yeah, after quarter circle back medium punch follow-up, just whiff crouching light punch or standing light punch, and you're good to go with plus 4. Then the next thing, your next main ender here in the corner, quarter circle back light punch follow-up. You get quite a few more options here compared to mid-screen. So my favorite one after this is to do Seismo feint. This gives you plus 10. So a little bit more technically demanding, but it gives you plus 10, which is really, really good. And again, this gives us our plus 4. Anytime she has plus 10, we get this plus 4 setup, which is really good. You can frame trap with that. So that's really, really good here. So with this one, yes, you can actually at plus 10, finally shimmy an immediate throw. So just learn this one, the Seismo feint. It's really good. It's like her best setup, I think, overall. Excuse me. All right, a couple other things. Here's another really good one. The next one we didn't cover, the other ender that she has, quarter circle forward, light kick, punch follow-up. If you don't want to spend the bar, you actually get really good Oki just after this. You don't have to do the follow-up, because it leaves you plus 38 in the corner. So I'm going to show you a really good setup after this, and it's to whiff standing hard kick. So let's say you get something like this. You whiff standing hard kick, you're plus 5. And for some reason, this plus 5, you can walk back shimmy immediate throw. So this saves your drive meter. Sorry. So this saves your drive meter because you don't have to do the follow-up. Of course, you're leaving some damage on the table, but it gives you a really good setup where you're plus 5 and you can shimmy. So you're plus 5, which means you get a meaty standing medium punch. If they decide to wake up with a button, boom, that gives you plus 8, which means you can just go like this. And it basically just loops into itself. You can just do this all day and beat them that way. That's that setup. Then if you want to spend the meter on the follow-up, this one you finally get a meaty crouch, meaty overhead. You're plus 23 on this knockdown. This is a 22 frame overhead. So if you do this, boom, plus 4. Then you get this knockdown. So again, you do the follow-up, Instant overhead, that'll leave you +4 on regular hit, +6 on counter hit. If you can hit confirm the counter hit, you can follow up with this in the corner, which is really good, but again, that's the kind of sweaty option. What I think is a lot better is to actually whiff standing light punch. This gives you +9 again. C.Viper's magic number. This is really good for her, because now you get some really good mix-ups here. +2, right? You're in throw range here. Really good. Or +3 if you time it perfectly, right? So that's the sweaty setup. +3 again, you're in throw range really strong. If they decide to wake up with a button, that'll be +10 on counter hit. So if you want to be sweaty, you get this setup. But if you just want to be non-sweaty and just go for easy stuff, you get crouching medium punch on hit there. You also get a meaty crouching medium kick. So again, you can mix between standing medium punch, crouching medium punch. Boom, if you're blocked, you +1. And they can't parry the same way all the time. So it's really good. So either this, or this. And then if they decide to wake up normal throw, you still can't walk back shimmy this. If you decide to go for a button. Whether you do standing light punch or crouching light punch, doesn't matter. But if they're waking up with buttons, they get hit by this. And then you can go for corner stuff. So if they're doing that wake up throw is actually really, really scary for them in the corner. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. All right, moving on. Let's talk about this. What to do after her level 1. So her level 1 is kind of tricky in the corner because depending on how you hit your opponent, you're going to have variable frame data. So I'm going to show you, ideally, you want to be +24 on this. There, +24. So if you hit it like frame perfect, like you do your level 1, as soon as you hit the ground, you're going to be +24. But if you mess it up, you can be like +21. Yeah, there you go, +21. So if you kind of mess up your timing, you delay it a little bit, then you're +21. So ideally, you want to get this out like frame 1. As soon as you land, you want to be +24. So what do you get on +24? Unfortunately, +24 leaves you like 1 frame too early to get this meaty overhead. I did some testing. I don't think it's really like consistent to delay your super to be like +23 instead of +24. To get that meaty overhead, I mean, that was +3. It's too hard. I don't think that's really feasible in a real match. So just kind of assume you're +24. From +24, we can forward dash to be +3, which is all right. We can whiff crouching light punch to be +10. Whiff standing light kick to be +6. Or, I think the best option, whiff crouching light kick to be +9. And that gives us the exact same +9 situation that we get anywhere else. So again, just to recap, I think the best option for this character, try to get your super out frame 1, leave you +24, you whiff crouching light kick, you'll be +9, and you get all your +9 meaty setups that we learned so far in this video in this situation too. So go for that. Level 2, she doesn't get shit. You can't do anything after this. You left way too far, so there's no like level 2 Oki. Let's take a look at level 3. Level 3 is kind of weird. Okay, this is the non-CA version. If you just get a regular level 3, this doesn't really matter whether you're in the corner or you're mid-screen because they're always left at the same distance. All you can really do here is like drive rush at them. Now you do get some good setups after this, because if you do drive rush jab, you're going to be at worst like +3. And if they wake up with a button here, this will frame trap them. Sorry, not frame trap. This will meaty them. Then you're +11 on counter hit, so you can go into crouching hard punch. That's really good. If you can learn this timing, you have to delay your jab a little bit. You can't push it right away. If you push it too soon, you're going to be -4. But this is kind of like how you bait reversals. So after level 3, she gets a drive rush, whiff, crouch, light punch. You hold block. If they wake up with throw or if they wake up with a reversal, you'll be able to block it. So there, if you do standing light punch instead of crouching light punch, you actually get less minus. For some reason, this crouching light punch is like leaves you too close and you're gonna be -4. This one doesn't. This one recovers a little bit faster. So if you're gonna go for this DP bait setup, do standing light punch. You'll still be -4, but your drive rush kind of ends sooner than the crouching light punch one. You don't go forward as far. So do standing light punch, and that'll leave you safer. This way you don't lose to people doing like wake up jab when they get up. Yeah, Luke can punish it. Yeah, so if ever really far... Okay, so this loses to people with really far crouching light punches because you're still -4. So against someone like Luke, probably not the best option. It's going to depend on who you're fighting, like the character matchups. But just know that you can do that, alright? Then after CA, this one kind of sucks because you're even further away. So she kind of gets like not much after this, unfortunately. From my testing, she doesn't really get any Oki after her CA. So I think if you're going to go for the CA, a better kill. If you guys have better set play after this than I do, that'd be great. But I don't think there's any good set play after this. You're plus 23 really far away. I think this CA kind of sucks, to be honest. The damage is really high, but other than that, I don't know. I don't really like this too much. Plus 23. The only thing you kind of get is a meaty Seismo. But you have to be careful because you're fighting someone like a far-ranging anti-fireball level 3, like Cammy, Chun-Li's level 2, Mai's level 2. If they wake up with their level 3 or their anti-fireball level 2, you're going to get destroyed for that. So what you can do, you can just do a feint Seismo. You're only -4 here, so they can't punish you. So let's pull up Cammy real quick. So if you try to do the meaty Seismo here, you're going to get cooked. But if you do the feint Seismo, you'll be the one cooking. So against characters like that, Cammy, Mai, anybody with a far anti-fireball level 2 or level 3, I would suggest maybe going for the feint instead of the Seismo. It's pretty risky to go for the Seismo. But against everybody else, you get a meaty Seismo. So that's really good. Some other things I didn't talk about. In the corner, standing hard kick enders. As you get pretty good knockdown off of this too. So this, standing heavy kick, standing medium punch, +9. That's your magic number. That's pretty much the best thing you're going to want to do after that. Okay, I'll give you one kind of sweaty one that's not that great. So let's talk about this, just kind of a little thing. Sometimes with this character, you're going to have to go for unoptimal combo enders mid-screen. And there are two kind of like combo enders that you don't really want to do, but sometimes you have to. And they're going to be either quarter circle back medium punch or quarter circle back light kick. And I'm going to show you why you're going to have to do these. Sometimes you'll go for these punishes or strings, something like this. Where if they're crouching or standing, it depends on the character too. There, these kind of things. That whiffs. So in these situations, you're going to have to kind of like settle for the quarter circle back medium punch ender. Here, you're only +18. If you guys watch the Broski video, you'll know how he's saying don't do forward dash after this. So I'm going to just echo those sentiments. Please don't do forward dash after this. You're minus. I mean, you can do it against bad players, but good players are going to know you're minus. You can't dash after that. The only thing you really get here, drive rush. You can throw them here after a back deck. I just find the timing, like, very difficult. So this is kind of sweaty. You can get this, but just know that the timing is pretty tight, and it's not fun to do. And getting counter hit here could be the end of the round for you, so it's risky. But you do get a pretty easy drive rush medium punch, or drive rush crouching medium punch, or drive rush crouching medium kick after that. Condition them to block your buttons first. Okay, I'm going to talk about the focus attack now. So there are some times you're going to have to end your combos with focus attacks. And when is that going to be? That's going to be when you're kind of really low on drive gauge. So sometimes you'll get a crouching medium punch, but you'll be too far away for this ender, and you don't want to spend the extra bar on this knockdown. Like, you don't have enough drive gauge to go for this. What you can do in these situations is end with quarter circle back light kick. And if you dash forward, that'll leave you +3. Not really the best situation in the world, because, you know, you're outside of throw range. But if you get a little bit closer and you dash forward, you're +3. So if you ever get this ender, it's pretty decent damage. And that's 1,600. That's 1,500, 1,500. This is actually your best meterless ender. 1,600. Does 100 more damage than either quarter circle back light punch, quarter circle back medium punch, or quarter circle back hard punch. Does 1,000 damage instead of 900. So if you really need to get the damage, but you don't have the drive meter for it, do this. Standing medium punch, crouching medium punch, focus force for 2,000 damage. Then after this, at this distance, if you dash forward, you're +3. This character is still kind of new. She's been out for less than 2 weeks now, so people are still developing things and That's actually quite a bit of stuff already for just under 2 weeks. So try out those things. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer. Try it out. Let me know what you think. And thank you, as always, for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to help me make more of these in the future. But anyways, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.